ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत् अप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम Mandalam 10 Suktam 175 Rishi Urdhvagrava Sarpa Arbudhi Devata Gravana Chandas Gayatri. The Suktam deals with extractors of Soma, stones in the physical situation, and ignorance clouds in the spiritual case. Pravo Gravana 175.1. O stones or ignorance clouds, may resplendent Savita impel you with the help of the supporter. May you be harnessed to the yokes. You please extract Soma, physical or spiritual. Implied meaning: may Savita, the soul of the sun, excite ignorance for extracting the spiritual Soma, flowing essence of Atma, with the assistance of Atma. 175.2. Gravano apa duchunam. O stones or ignorance clouds, please drive away harmful people and wicked men. Make ray of spiritual light sanative or healing. By implication, may ignorance cloud first drive away harmful thoughts from the mind so that it can concentrate itself on Atma present in the body. Gravana Upareshva 175.3. The stones or ignorance clouds, enjoying together equally, become prosperous in the one or cloud situated below, holding shower of happiness in the mighty one. Comment: concentrating the mind on Atma, the flowing essence of Atma Soma is extracted from Atma. 175.4 last look in the Sukta. Ravana Savita O Deva. O stones or ignorance clouds, may resplendent Savita quickly urge you on for a Soma extracting performer of sacrifice with the help of the supporter. Implied meaning: may the soul of the sun or Savita or Atma inspire ignorance of a performer of sacrifice to extract flowing essence of Atma Soma. Next Suktam is 176. And Rishi Sunu Arbhava Devata Rubhava Agni Chandas Anushtup Gayatri Prasunava Rubhunam. Sons of Rubhus praise the great enclosure, implying abode of Atma. Those all-nourishing sages arrive on the earth like calves coming to their mother. Sons of skillful inventors are praising birthless Brahman for being born on the earth as human beings. Hundred 76.2. Pradevam Devyadhya. O invokers, with your shining intelligence, procure spiritual Agni, who is knower of all born beings. By our uninterrupted oblations, may he become strong and powerful. Implication: here Agni could imply the spirit or soul of Agni and not the fire. Ayamu Shyapra Devayor 176.3. This one, Agni Atma, is verily desirer of shining beings and is offerer of oblations. He is being led for sacrifices. He is shining like a charioteer. He is procurer and giver of oblations to shining beings. He is surrounded by sacrifices. By himself he knows all living creatures. Agni in this earth could be grass, fire or spiritual Agni. 176.4 I am Agnir Vrushyat. The soul of Agni protects one from born beings and from immortal beings. He is mightiest among mighty beings. He has been made for giving existence to all living creatures. Agni, personified energy, is created for supporting all activities in the universe. Without energy, no life or living beings can be there on the earth. We go to the next suktam, 177. Padanga, Prajapatya, Drishi, Devata, Maya Bheda, Chandas, Jagadi Trushto. Padanga Maktavas Padanga Maktam Asurasya 177.1 Inspired man sages with their inward looking mind see the fire who is distributed by the illusion of the Supreme Spirit. These wise men make him manifest in the sky. Virtuous men desire the abode of the radiant sun. Implied meaning of the script. Inspired sages see with their mind's eye Atmiya Bhavamana Soma, staying as witnessing self within their own heart spaces, with their mind turned inward into the heart, where Atma is covered with the ignorance associated with birthlessness. Wise men identify the sun in the sky to be the manifestation of the Supreme Spirit. Self-seekers desire identity with that Supreme Spirit, Atma. Padango Vacham Manasa Bibharti 177.2 The flyer, Atmiya Pamanasoma, holds the word by his mind. A sage says that the word is in the middle of the inner cavity. Wise men protect the word which is shining, is resounding, and which is thought-provoking in the abode of Vrita. The word here implies Om, which is identified with Atma, the Supreme Spirit. A sage utters Om deep inside his navel cavity. Om, which is protected by the sages, represents the form-based material universe. Prakriti consisting of the causal, subtle and gross bodies. Name-based representation of the universe is Om. It symbolizes birthless Brahman. Last truth in the Sukta 177.3 Avashyam Gobam. This is the same as 1.164.31 from Sage Dirghatamas in the first mandala. Next Suktam 178. Arishtanemi Tarkshya Rishi Devata Tarkshya Chandas Drushtu. Taksha is considered to be a mighty eagle who brings the immortality bestowing nectar to the world of mortal beings. Of course, this is only a mental concept and not real. Seer of the Suktam describes the bird in this Suktam thinking himself to be related or associated with this eagle. Temushu Vajinam Devajutam 178.1. I call upon here for prosperity that speedy Takshaya, who is mighty, is impelled by enlightened souls, is overcomer of enemies, is conqueror of enemy chariots, is like a thunderbolt boarding misfortune to enemies, and is a hero. Takshaya here is said to be conceived of by sages. 178.2. Indrasyeva Radim Radima Johuana Radima Johuana. Invoking generosity of Takshaya, which is similar to that of Indra, for prosperity we may ascend his chariot, which is like a boat taking us across the ocean of miseries. O vast space and earth, you are spacious and mysterious. May we not be hurt in his coming and also in his going back. Takshaya, by giving the nectar, brings immortality to men. This nectar could mean spiritual light energy quanta or essence of Atmiya Soma. 78.3, last book in the Sutta. Sadhyaschitya Shavasa Pancha. Takshaya, like the sun with his physical light ray, is extending to the 5 races of man, and he only with his powers quickly spreads water particles or streams. Hastening of this Takshaya becomes the giver of hundreds and thousands of wealth. No one stops him, who is like a like an arrow which is just shot off. Comment on the Ruk. Movement of the sun brings to men life sustaining water. Movement of Takshaya brings immortality giving nectar, which is Atmiya Pavamana Soma essence. This is the comparison. Nectar stands for quanta of spiritual light energy or Atmajnana, which alone can bestow immortality on man. Oneness is truth, that is jnana. Next Suktam 179. Rishi, Shibi, Avshinara, Adi, in Devata Indra, Chandas, Anushtup, Trushtup. Uttishtadava Pashyadendrasya 179.1. O sacrificers, stand up and look upon the proper share of Indra's oblation. If cooked, offer it to Agni. If it is not of the cooked type, then delight him with it. 2 types of oblations are being offered to Indra. One is gross food and the other is subtle, praiseful hymns or spiritual soma by implication. Shradam Haviro Shvindra Prayahi 179.2. O Indra, please advance towards cooked food oblation easily. The sun has reached the middle of his course. Your friends, sacrificers, assemble around you with oblations, like the protectors of the family surrounding the lord of the house. This ruk and the next ruk, which is the last one, these two ruk talk about gross oblation made to Agni for Indra during the noon session of the sacrifice. With this clarification, meanings of the two ruks should become comprehensible easily. Shradam, next ruk, last ruk, Shradam Manya Udhani Shradam Agnav. O possessor of Vajra, performer of many deeds, Indra, I consider the milk in the cow's udder as well cooked. I consider that as well cooked, which is cooked in fire Agni. This oblation, which is in proper time, is new. Delighting in this oblation, may you enjoy this oblation containing curds, which is being offered in the noon session of the sacrifice. Agni and well-cooked food could also be spiritual, implying flowing essence of Atma. We go to the next Suktam 180. This is from Jaya Aindra, Devada Indra, Chandas Trushtu. No additional explanation may be necessary on any of the ruks in this Suktam. Indra could be Asideivik in this Suktam. Prasasahishe Puruhuda Shatrun 180.1. O much in work manifested self Indra, you overcome your enemies. Your might is most excellent. May your granting of gift be there for us here. Please grant us wealth with your might, with your right hand. You are the Lord of the rich flowing rivers. Next look, 180.2. Murgona Bhima Kujaro Girishta. O Indra, you are terrible like a lion who stays in a mountain cave and roam about in the forest. Please come here from beyond the far off space. Then sharpening your sharp pointed thunderbolt, you smash your enemies. Likewise, you scare away your adversaries. 180.3. Last look. Indra Kshatramabhi Vamamojo. O mighty Indra, you are born as supreme and are of noble vigor. You scare away people who have hostile intentions towards common man. You make the world wide for shining beings or enlightened souls. Next Sukta 181. Pratha Vasishtha Sapratha Bharadvaja Dharma Saudya Devada Vishwadeva Chandas Trushtu. The ruks in the Suktam are talking about Om, Bhartras Atma, having four quarters, namely the Bhartras Atma, subjective knowledge, subtle objective knowledge, and gross objective knowledge. Ancient sages Vasishtha, Bharadvaja and their successors realized this self-knowledge Atmajnana by meditating on Savita, soul of the sun, all-pervading Vishnu, Agni and the sun. 181.1. Prathashchayasya Saprathascha. A sage named Pratha and another Sapratha collected the oblation of the Tatmiya Bhavamana Soma, having four padas like Chandas Anushtup. This the most excellent sage, a superior charioteer procured from the shining support of the universe, Savita, and from the all-pervading Vishnu Atma. This talks about how Vasishtha, descendants of Vasishtha, Bharadvaja, etc., realized the four-stepped birthless Brahman. Avindam te adithim adihitam. Avindam te adihitam yadasi. A procure of knowledge made that great one which was established extraordinarily, which is the ultimate abode of the sacrifice, which is in the cave of the heart, and which these three discover from the shining support of the universe, Savita, from all-pervading Vishnu and from Agni. Bharadvaja's realization of self-knowledge is being talked about in this slok. Te avindan manasa dhyana, last slok 181.3. They, thinking with their minds, found or discovered this internal heat which is emitted with sacrifices, which is the first and foremost and which is serving shining beings as a way. These sages obtained that from Savita, shining supporter of the universe, from Vishnu and from the sun. How these great sages of ancient times attained the birthless state is spelled out clearly in this slok. It is rather unfortunate that these sloks are not seen in the right perspective by most commentators. 182 Suktam Ri Tabu Mudha Bharyaspatya Devata Jhaspati Chandastrushtu. Ruks in this Suktam do not call for any additional explanations, as they should be comprehensible without much difficulty. Second half of all ruks is the same. Brihaspatir Mayadu Durgaha Tira 182.1. May Lord of Prayer Brihaspati lead us across all difficulties or impassable places. Then may he move understanding for wishers of evil, heating cursors and warding off warriors of envious men. May he then make happiness and welfare for a performer of sacrifice. The second sentence is repetition in all sutras. 10.182.2. Narashamso no avadu prayaje. May Agni, the praise of men, protect us in the acquisition of physical or spiritual wealth. May the co-sacrificer be satisfied with us. Heating cursors and warding of warriors of envious men, etc. is repetition. 182.3. Last slok in the sutta. Tapurmudha tapatu rakshaso ye. Brihaspati, who burns the head of demons, indeed burns haters of sacred knowledge by hitting them with missiles for killing them. Hitting cursors and warding of etc. is the same as in the other two ruks. We go to Suktam 183. Prajavan Prajavatya Devada Yajamana Patni Chandastrushtu Apashyam Tva Manasa Chekitanam 183.1. O performer of sacrifice, with my mind's eye or internal eye, I see you who is intelligent, is born out of penance and manifesting because of severe meditation. O desirer of son, delighting in offspring and in wealth, you win both with conquest. Implied meaning: performer of the sacrifice is Jivatma, and I may be Purusha or witnessing self, which is the same in all living creatures as stated in the last track 183.3. Jivatma is unreal and born out of human mind. This is born from a desire for explaining the birth of living beings from the birthless state. Jivatma is the desirer of wealth or progeny, performer of deeds and experience of fruits of these actions. 183.2. Abhasyam tva manasa didhyanam. O wife, with my mind's eye I see the shining you and having your own body, which is in the time fit for procreation, and is begging for offsprings. O desirous, approaching me, you become the most youthful maiden. You win offspring with conquest. In comment, the Rip talks about Jivatma of the sacrificer's wife, or Prakriti in the universal scale. The seed of life comes from Purusha for the universe. Aham garbham adadham oshadhi. 183.3 last work. I uphold the embryo in plants and inside all living creatures in the universe. I generate all born beings on the earth. I produce sons in wives as well as in others. Paramatma Jivatma. Paramatma is the witnessing self, which is the same in all living creatures. That is the universal impeller. This I could be Mother Prakriti, or more appropriately, Atmiya Bhavamana Soma, moving witnessing self. We go to 184 Suktam. Rishi Vishnu Prajapatya Devada Vishnu Adi Chandas Anushtup. Swear of the Suktam is supposed to be Tvashta or Vishnu, the creator of all living creatures, or who thinks himself to be him. In other words, the Suktam is pure imagination. Vishnu-yonim kalpayatu. 184.1. May Vishnu fashion the womb. May Tvashta make ready the forms. May Prajapati, the Lord of born beings, sprinkle the seed and the supporter hold your embryo, O young woman. Implied meaning. Vishnu is imagined to be fashioning the womb, Tvashta the body, and the Lord of all subjects, namely Atmiya Pavamana Soma. He is said to be the sprinkler of the seed. This is in the universal scale. Garbham Thehi Sinivali. 184.2. O Sinivali, hold or bestow the embryo. O Saraswati, hold the embryo. O young woman, may the resplendent Ashwins wearing lotus wreaths impregnate your embryo. Ashwins, here Jivatma Paramatma combination, bestows the essence of life on the embryo in the universal scale. Hiranyayi Araniyam. 184.3. O young woman, which golden being, spiritual energy Konta is implied, Ashwin fitted into the heart and churned, I call upon that embryo of yours for giving birth in 10 months. 10 months. Golden being implies the golden spiritual light ray or essence of life imparted by the Ashwins to the embryo, which matures in 10 months to be born as a baby. The Suktam describes the way a baby is imagined to be born from a womb reasonably accurately. Names of shining beings are not of much relevance in a critical study of the Suktam. We go to Suktam 185. Satyathriti Varuni Rishi Devata Aditya Chandas Gayatri. Here, enemy could be one's own sinful thoughts, and perpetual light in the last stroke would be light of knowledge. No more clarification may be necessary on any of the rooks. Mahi Trinamavo Astu 185.1. May the protection of the three, Mitra, Varuna and Atyama, which is brilliant and irresistible, be there for us. Nahi Teshamamachana 185.2. An enemy wishing evil never becomes master of a mortal man who is under their protection in this house, in his paths and in battlefields. Last stroke 185.3. Yasmai Putraso Adite, from which mortal man sons of Aditi procure the perpetual spiritual light. An enemy never becomes master of such a man. We go to next Suktam 186. La Vadayana Devata Vayu Chandas Gayatri. Vada Avadu Bheshajam 186.1. May wind blow upon us medicaments which are bringers of happiness and welfare. May wind or air prolong our life period. Pranas. Pure air helps human beings to lead a healthy and happy life. Udavasa Pitasina Uda 186.2. Moreover, O wind, you are our father, our brother and our friend. May you make us or our bodies fit for living. Pranas or air protect the body, is born with the body as pranas. As a friend, pranas are always with the body of a human being and all through his life. Yadado Vada Te Grihe 186.63, last book in the Sutta. O wind, whatever immortal treasure is deposited there in your home, you please give us a share for our living from there. The treasure here is oxygen in the pranas, and this oxygen is held by air. We go to the next book, 187. Vatsa Agneya Devata Rishi Devata Agni Chandas Gayatri. Basically, the Suktam conveys the idea that soul of Agni takes people across their enemies. He manifests in different forms as described in these sruks. The last pada of all of them are the same. Pragnaye Vajamiraya 187.1. O praiser, cause to rise Vedic hymns for spiritual Agni, who is shower of happiness of human beings. He takes us across all our enemies. Shower of happiness is being talked about here. Enemies could be within the body or outside. Yeah. Parasya Paravata 187.2. Far away from beyond the space, who shines the rainbow in the sky exceedingly well, that Agni takes across all our enemies. Here, Agni manifesting as the sun in the space is being talked about. 187.3 Ya Rekshamsi Nijurvati, which shower of happiness burns up demons and our demonic thoughts with his pure luster, that Agni takes us across all our miseries. Agni, grass or spiritual, is the subject matter of this work. 187.4 Yo Vishwabhi Vipashyati, who looks upon all and sees all living creatures at the same time, that soul of Agni takes us across all our enemies. All-pervading soul of energy, Agni, is the one mentioned here. 187.8 Last word. Yo Asya Pare Rajasa, Agni, who manifests as lightning on the top of the sky, takes us across all our enemies. We go to Suktam 188. Shena Agneya Drushi Devata Yadaveda Agni Chandas Gayatri. Here Agni could be grass fire or subtle energy or soul of energy, spiritual. Correspondingly, the roots can be interpreted to derive the three different meanings. 188.1 Pranunam Jatavedasam, O sacrificers, now itself you inside Agni, who is knower of all born beings, and who is mighty as a horse, for sitting with us in this sacrificial place. Asya Prajata Vedaso. 188.2 I excite great good Vedic praise of Agni, who is knower of all born beings, who is associated with heroic scholars, and who is most bountiful. 188.3 Ya Rujo Jatavedaso, may Agni be the master of our sacrifices with those lusters of knower of all born beings, which are bearers of oblations to shining beings. We go to next Suktam 189. Sarparatni Rishi Jevda Atma Suryahva Chandas Gayatri. No comments are called for by any of the rigs in this Suktam. The sun may symbolize Atma here, and corresponding implied meanings can be derived. I am Gau Prishnirakaram 189.1 This quick-moving variegated sun has arrived and is seated before the Mother Earth on the east. He extends to the Father the space. Andascharadi Rojanasya 189.2 His splendor moves upwards and downwards in the space. Thus the great sun illumines the space. 189.3 last book in the Sukta. Trimshadhama Virajati. The three worlds, which are seats of all existing things, and the day shine with sun's lusters. Speech is being excited by the praisers for the sun. Suktam 190 Rishi Aghamarshana Masuchandasa Devada Bhavavrittam Chandasanushto. This Suktam talks about the process of creation of this material universe from birthless and matterless state as perceived by sage Aghamarshana. Rhythm Jasatyam 190.1. From the inflamed meditation, nature's laws or Vrita and truth Satya came into being. From there, darkness of the night or ignorance was found. From there, foaming ocean of air or atmosphere came into being. Comment. From intense meditation, Vrita, as different from Satya, came into focus. Then there was utter darkness, dark void, or ignorance regarding the connection between Vrita and Satya. Possibly, Vrita came out of ignorance of Satya. Out of ignorance, a highly uncertain atmosphere or state of affairs developed. 190.2. Samudra Dharnavadadhi. 190.3. Surya Chandrama Saudhaka. These two looks together. After the atmosphere, year or time came into being. The supporter, who is the subjugator of all blinking beings, gives or holds day and night. Then, as before, he invented the sun and the moon, the space, the earth and the atmosphere in between, and indeed the most shining self. Meaning of these two words together. A comment on this. From this uncertain stage, time and time determining day and night, as well as the sun and the moon, who are maintainers of time, came into being. The next to follow are the space, earth, and the air-filled atmosphere in between. Thus, the present universal stage was set for the appearance of material objects. This is yet another theory of creation of the universe that find a place in Rig Veda. We come to the last suktam of Rig Veda. Rishi Samvarana, Angirasa, Devata Agni, Samjnanam Deva, Chandas Anushtu Tushtu. Samsamadhyuvase Bhushan. 191.1. O shower of happiness, soul of Agni, respectable you, indeed unite together all living creatures. You are being kindled nicely in the place of or preparation of sacrificial oblation. May you procure for us all kinds of wealth. Comment. Agni unites all living creatures through Jatshakti or Vaishwanrakti, the same Agni which drives the hearts of all living creatures. The word would also mean soul of energy personified. Sangachadham Samvadadvam. 191.2. O praisers, walk together, speak together in the same voice or wavelength. May your minds know together or think alike. Like ancient sages acknowledge their share, knowing together you also do the same. Implied meaning, ancient sages by their mind's eye knew the soul of energy Agni, which is distinctly different from Atma. Seer of the Suktam is requesting humanity in general to identify themselves with this soul of energy, which is the same in all, for attaining at the oneness of the soul. 191.3. Samano mantra samiti samani. Overall meaning, let the mantras of these praisers be the same. May their assembly be the same. May their minds be identical. May their intellects with knowledge be the same. O praisers, I address Agni Atma with a mantra which is the same as yours. With identical oblation as yours, I also offer oblations. Last of the Sutta and of Veda. Samaniva akuti samana hridayaniva samanamastu mano yathavas susahasati. O sacrificers, may your intentions be the same, your hearts be the same. The way your minds become well enduring, in that way may your minds be similar in all respects. Most appropriately, Rigveda concludes with this final message to mankind. O men, oneness is truth. Please strive to arrive at this state of oneness by meditating on the soul or source of energy, Agni. Rigveda started with a Suktam on Agni and ends with this sublime Agni Suktam. To conclude, Rigveda wants to convey this sublime message to humanity in general, which was appropriate in those ancient times and is most appropriate now also, perhaps at all times to come. The universe is Aditi, Prakriti Mata. Aditirtyauraditirantariksham sapita saputra Vishvedeva Aditi Panchajana Aditirjatam Aditirjanitva. O men, O thoughtful men, Prakriti is unreal. Oneness is truth. Truth is oneness. Therefore, meditating here on the soul of Agni, each one of you strive your utmost capability to attain that oneness state. Lokas samastas sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The scribe of the treatise salutes Mother Prakriti for enabling this body of hers to accomplish this fourfold commentary on Rigveda. We conclude this session. Viramastāvat.